Cuba's ambitious economic reforms may be coming up a little short. The government cut its growth forecast for this year nearly a point off the previous estimate. Now it's opening up to foreign investment with a new law that goes into effect this month. Our correspondent Michael Voss is live in Havana with the very latest. Michael, what sort of foreign investment is Cuba looking for?
Sean, one of the main priorities right now is import substitution. This week, some 200 foreign companies are attending the first industrial trade fair held in Havana. Many of them already do business here, but now the government wants to persuade some of them to start investing here as well.
How times have changed in Cuba. Vice President Ramiro Valdez helped open the island's first industrial trade fair. He's one of the most senior surviving veterans of the Cuban Revolution, which in the early 1960s nationalized all foreign-owned companies. Today, with Cuba's struggling economy, the government says it needs to attract $2.5 billion a year in foreign investment if it's ever to reach its 7% growth target.
We are looking to advance in terms of technology and production. This exhibition has been launched with this in mind, including the supply of raw materials, equipment and technology for production in Cuba.
The Cuban authorities are hoping to use this industrial trade fair to strike up some strategic alliances with key importers and encourage them to start investing in manufacturing or reassembly facilities here in Cuba.
Import substitution is the immediate priority, including basics such as packaging. Almost every bottle, can, label and container used here are currently imported. This Vietnamese company supplies a wide range of packaging components and is now studying the new investment law to see if it's worth producing the products here instead.
I don't see any risks, but I do see difficulties now. The paperwork is very complicated and slow. I hope that the modifications to the new law will improve this in favor of investors.
Cuba is also in discussion with a number of Chinese manufacturers of computers, electronics and household appliances to move into the new special development zone around the port of Mariel.
With just days to go before the new foreign investment law comes into effect, the Cubans have launched a major drive to try and persuade foreign companies to move here. As well as this industrial trade fair, there is a high-powered team of government officials currently touring Europe, talking to potential investors over there. Sean.
Well, Michael, you talked about import substitution, but what about exports? Is Cuba trying to boost that sector of its economy as well?
Yes, it is. I mean, the three major exports, nickel, cigars and rum, do all have joint venture partners at the moment. Pharmaceuticals is one area which they do see as a potential growth area. They have a very sophisticated biotechnology sector in Cuba, but they're not very good at manufacturing and marketing. And I suspect that one of the first companies to move into this special development zone could be a Chinese pharmaceutical company. If they can get some reassembly plants here, be they cars or domestic appliances, that part of that may be for re-export. And the other big push is going to be with sugar. Cuba used to be the world's largest exporter of Cuba, and yet just a few years ago, it was had the lowest harvest in a year, and they're looking for foreign investment there as well.
A lot to swallow there. Thanks very much, Michael Voss.